be a registered nurse, graduate with my bachelor's of science in nursing at 19 years old, and then also do it completely debt free on a full ride scholarship is like so crazy. The importance of discipline, when I tell you my whole life changed, like to put things into perspective, by my sophomore year of high school, I took A&P 1 and 2. You complaining is not gonna make it no easier. I can tell you that much. I can tell you. With that being said, I'm officially taking friendship applications. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, actually, even if you're not, you're in Houston, actually anywhere that's a cheap flight, Atlanta, and you want to be friends, hit me up, okay? Because I need some. I don't have to do anything but stay black and die. And I mean that, okay? I actually started in my accelerated BSN program before I even graduated high school. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Denasia, but you can call me Nay, and that is no E. So today's video is going to be a New Year's Eve get ready with me while I tell you guys everything I have learned in 2024 and share a little bit about my goals for 2025. So yeah, I'm gonna get started on my makeup because I do have somewhere to be pretty soon actually. And while I do that, we're just gonna chat, we're gonna talk. This video is gonna be, oh my gosh, I almost forgot to put on my mic, guys. We can't forget that. So let's go ahead and get started. 2024 was a very big year for me personally. For one, I graduated high school. I graduated high school, which is insane. Like, yeah, I graduated high school class 2024. And on that same note, I also started nursing school. I actually started in my accelerated BSN program before I even graduated high school. So I didn't even attend my last couple weeks of high school because I started in my accelerated nursing program, which is so crazy if you really think about it, to go from a regular high school student to being an accelerated nursing student, like not just a nursing student, but an accelerated nursing student. That is just so crazy to me. But it was also just an extreme blessing because, you know, to be able to be in the position to be a registered nurse, graduate with my bachelor's of science in nursing at 19 years old, and then also do it completely debt free on a full ride scholarship is like so crazy. Honestly, probably one of the biggest blessings I've ever received. And don't get me wrong, I did work very hard for it. In high school, I think I graduated like top 5 of my class. I don't remember the exact number. And then top 5 of my class with a 4.5 something GPA. So I definitely put in the work for it, but it's still just like, that's a blessing. There's no other way you can even put it other than a blessing. So yeah, I'm extremely blessed. Amen. Also, this was the first year in which I've actually been consistent on YouTube. In the past, I would be consistent for maybe like a couple months, max 2. And then I would stop, or I would slow down on my momentum, or things like that. This is the first year where I've actually been consistent, thanks to my nursing school diary. So I've uploaded a weekly video documenting my time in nursing school, as well as just my life since being in nursing school. I upload that every week. I have not missed 1 week, so I'm extremely proud of myself for that. And yeah, I just want to have a heart to heart. I want to talk about the lessons I've learned this year, just because I do feel like this year has honestly been just one big lesson in so many ways, like so many ways. So yeah, this year has definitely been a challenging one, like very challenging, especially because of nursing school. That first semester was kind of brutal for me. But it's also been a very rewarding year because, like, I'm halfway through nursing school now. I will graduate in August of 2025. Isn't that crazy to say? So yeah, make sure y'all leave in the comments. Like, I really just want this video to be like just one big girl talk, heart to heart. I always say, you know, just a girl talk with your nursing school bestie. Leave in the comment probably the biggest lesson that you learned this year, or you know, the biggest thing you've done or accomplished that you're really proud of. And also for this makeup routine, I'm gonna be following a tutorial. So if y'all see me like looking down all around doing all that, that's what I'm doing. So yeah. So first, we're going to start. I broke up this video into 3 categories. What I've learned about nursing, what I've learned about life, and what I've learned about myself in 2024. So we're going to start with what I learned about nursing, just because I know that's what most people follow me for. And also, like, nursing has just been such a big part of my life this year. I don't want to be the person whose whole life is centered around them being a nurse. But I've just come to accept that that's how it's going to be probably for the next 2 years maybe. Like, 'cause of course, while I'm here in school, that's nursing school is pretty much like your whole life. And then once I graduate, being a new grad, not easy, especially in the specialty that I want to start in. So, yeah, nursing school will probably be my life for the next 2 or so years. But after that, hopefully I can get back to being many other things. The first thing I've learned about nursing this year is that you have to do what you want. When you tell people that you want to go to nursing school, that you're starting nursing school, that you're in nursing school, just to even being in nursing school, from your professors, from, you know, the nurses that you get paired with in clinical, from clinical instructors, to preceptors, to people you'll just meet, to your friends in nursing school, everyone's gonna have a piece of advice to give you. Everyone. I'm not even joking. Everyone will have something to tell you, like, that you need to do. Like, the biggest thing that comes to mind really is the whole debate on whether or not nurses need to start in med-surg. When I tell you, I've had millions of people tell me, oh yeah, you need to start in med-surg, or some people say you don't, like all this other stuff, or all this just advice that sometimes it's wanted, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's not even necessary. No one asks, no one cares. You're gonna hear so much advice, and what I want to say to you is to just do what you want, okay? My personal take on that is you're not going to be the best nurse you can be, and you're not going to give the best patient care you can give if you're somewhere that you are unhappy or that you don't want to be. So if you don't want to start in med-surg, I say don't. And that's just my personal 2 cents on it. I don't plan on starting in med-surg. Now, you never know what could happen, because I don't graduate for a whole nother like 8 months. So you never know what could happen between now and the time that I graduate. So if y'all see me graduating and starting in med-surg, shoot, stuff happens clearly. But honestly, if I can avoid it, I will not be starting in med-surg. And I'm not going to let anybody bully me into feeling like I have to. Because at the end of the day, baby, I don't have to do anything but stay black and die. And I mean that, okay? I literally don't have to do anything but stay black and die. And that's such like an old black person thing to say. But it's so true. Like, I don't have to do anything but stay black and eye. And I really stand by that because I don't want to start in med surg. And honestly, I don't even think med surg is that bad. Like, I don't even think I would be miserable or anything if I did have to start in med surg, or if I did decide to. The reason I don't want to start in med surg is simply because I know that is not my passion. If there's an area of nursing that I know and I'm sure that I would be happier in, why would I not go to that area of nursing? Because I just want to say, patients can definitely tell, and so can everyone else. Like, can tell when you hate your job, when you don't want to be there, when you're unhappy. And I'm not talking about just a regular, I don't want to be at work today. I'm talking about when you don't want to do what you're doing. Everyone can tell. Patients can tell. I for sure can tell when I come onto units. Like, when I first started nursing school, my first clinical rotation for foundations was at arguably the best hospital to work at in Dallas, if you ask me. Okay, the best hospital to work at being anything, the best hospital in Dallas, period. Okay, I love that hospital down, and I'm not gonna say where it is because I do very much want to work there, so can't hang on my business. But that hospital is quite literally amazing. And that whole time in foundations, I did not go to any floors other than med surg floors. They have several because it's just such a big hospital. There's several different med surg floors. Like, I think there's maybe like 4 to 6. And I absolutely can tell the difference when a nurse likes their job and when they don't. And that shows. So I feel like you should do what you want to do. Why on God's green earth, if you know you don't like med surg, you know you don't want to be there, you don't want to do it, why are you gonna go and get a job in a med surg on a med surg floor? It's different if that's the only job you can get, or it's different if that's just, you know, how the cookies crumble. But why would you actively go only apply for med surg positions knowing you don't want to be a med surg nurse just because a random professor happened to tell you that? Who are they? Literally, who are they? Who are they to be telling you that? Like, who are they other than a professor? I literally take everything everyone tells me with a grain of salt when it comes to nursing, because guess what? We're all different. And I know I'm the type of person, I like to formulate my own opinions. And I know I'm my own person. I don't, like, what? If you want to start in the ICU, you do it. You make sure you do everything in your power to make it happen. If you know you want to start in labor and delivery, do it. Or do everything in your power to make it happen. If you know you want to start in pediatrics, do it. Do everything in your power to make it happen. Whether that's looking for an externship, getting a job as a PCT, in the specialty you want to work in, whatever it is that you want to do it. You want to know why? Because it's your life. All those professors that tell you or tell us like, oh, you need to start in med surg, or no, you can't go directly to the ICU. No. Are they going to be the one punching that clock for you on a floor you don't want to be on? Are they going to be the one working your 12-hour shift, doing something that you don't want to do? No, they're going to be nowhere to be found, living the life that they want to live, doing what they want to do. So why would you not do the same? The next thing I've learned about nursing is that the way the general public views nurses is overall just very disheartening. I'm not gonna lie, like, it's very disheartening when I see the way that patients, like everybody really, other professions, view nurses on social media or like even just in person. It's very disheartening to me, and it's honestly, I don't understand it. If we're gonna be real, I don't understand it. Like, I always see all the discord about there being mean nurses, or nurses are mean, or mean girls become nurses. I'm the farthest thing you'll probably ever find from a mean girl. I'm very sweet, very kind, but at the same time, I'm not gonna let people push me over. And that's one thing I will say is, why are nurses held to a different standard than literally everyone else? And when I say everyone else, I do mean everyone else. Like, why are nurses held to a different standard or than every other profession? At the end of the day, I do 100% believe that in nursing, you do need to have a passion for nursing. Okay, nobody should be becoming a nurse solely for the money, but at the same time, I have a hard time believing that even happens. If we really want to be real with it, for one, nursing pay, there's a million other careers you could do to make money or to get paid that aren't nursing, that are not nearly as hard, as physically draining, as unappreciated as nursing. So people say that, I'm always looking at it with a side eye, but y'all say it happens, I'm gonna believe y'all. But at the same time, why are nurses held to an unrealistic standard? If any other profession got online today and they do it every day and complained about their job, I hate my job, I don't want to go in today, I don't want to punch this clock, I don't want to be here, I'm so annoyed, I don't want to be here, just regular human emotions that anyone will feel or is capable of feeling about a job. When nurses do it, we're mean, we lack empathy, we are in it for the wrong reasons, and all this other stuff. And my question is, why are we held to a higher standard than everybody else? I 100% believe that nurses do need to have empathy. You do need to have a passion for being a nurse. You really don't even need a passion. You just need to have empathy, okay? But, like, why I don't like that at all, actually, and I actually cringe very hard when I hear people say that about nurses, because it's just like, what are you even talking about? What are you even talking about? Like, literally, what do y'all be talking about is my thing. What do y'all be talking about? And then, like, when people are like, oh, like, nurses are just in it for the money, like, first of all, let's not be dense here. Money should be a factor in anyone choosing a career. Do I love nursing? Do I think I'm going to enjoy being a nurse? Do I think it's an amazing, wonderful, beautiful field? 100%. Would I be in nursing school pursuing this nursing degree if nurses did not get paid good, or nurses made $15 an hour? Fuck no. I promise you I wouldn't. And that is not a bad thing to say. It is, you need money to live. You need money to live. So to expect nurses not to consider money, not to be enjoying money, not to be doing all these things, I think y'all are insane. I think it's very unfair, and it's a stupid ideal to have. I love nursing. I think I am a very empathetic person, which honestly, I was not always that empathetic. Nursing, being in nursing school, going to clinicals and all that has actually increased how empathetic I am. And I thought I was empathetic enough when I started nursing. But it's definitely increased that. But either way, what is wrong with nurses enjoying the fruits of their labor? It's giving you're a hater. It's giving you're a big fat hater. And you don't like seeing, especially young black girls with money, living the life that they want to live. And it's giving y'all are taking that out on a whole profession. And I don't understand that. Why on God's green earth do I have to come to work looking dusted, crusted, musty, just looking a mess for me to be a good nurse? What's sense does that make? Does that make sense to y'all? It don't make sense to me. Why do I have to come to work looking beat up, hair not done, wearing some scrubs that's 5 sizes too big for me to be considered a good nurse. What? I'm literally myself in everything I do. So, you know, I show up to clinical, hair done. Nah, I can't get into the makeup. But if I didn't have to wake up at 4:30 a.m., I would get into the makeup too. Shoot. I don't know why y'all have this expectation of nurses that we have to just be beat up, not enjoy our money, walking doormats to the doctors, the patient's family, everybody in the hospital, really, to be considered a good nurse. If that's what y'all want from a good nurse, baby, I will never be one. I promise you I won't. I promise you I won't. I'm not going to let people talk to me crazy, and I'm going to enjoy the money that I'm working so hard for. What? Does that make good sense? So what I've learned is, forget y'all. You can never please people, okay? Especially in the field of nursing, you're never going to please people. You're never going to please the internet. You're never going to please the older nurses who hate the younger nurses for legitimately no reason. You're never going to please them, so forget it. I'm not trying to please nobody. I'm here to clock in, take care of my patients, make sure my patient's good squared away, and clock out, okay? The next thing I learned is I just did a whole video about the truth about nursing school. Ooh. That video will probably be out maybe after this one, because this one is like kind of based in the new year. I do want to get this one up pretty soon before everyone's over. Everyone's over New Year's resolutions. They over all that. It's life's over, okay? It's over with. So I do want to get this one out pretty soon. But yeah, I just did a video about the truth in nursing school, but so I talk more about it in this one. But nursing school is 100% doable. The people that be online fear-mongering about nursing school, y'all need y'all asses whooped, because that stuff is very disheartening. I was so scared when I was starting nursing school, and I will say, it's hard. Don't get me wrong. I promise. Like, don't get me wrong. Nursing school is very hard. It's very challenging, and yeah, it's very hard, very challenging, but it's doable. If it wasn't doable, there would not be millions of nurses in the world. There would not be hundreds of thousands of nursing students graduating every year. It just wouldn't happen if it was that hard. It's doable. It's hard, but everything in life worth having is hard. It's hard. And it can be stressful, and it can be a lot of things, but it's not impossible. I say that all the time. Nursing school is a lot of things, a plethora of things, but impossible, it's not one of them. It's not one of them. It's not impossible, and you can do it. You can do it. You can do it, okay? Always remember that. You can do it. Anybody who tells you you can't do it is a hater. Block them, delete them, unfriend them. They don't want to see you win. Like, I'm not gonna lie, nursing school is hard. Because I don't want to seem like I'm downplaying it, but like, really, if you just sit down and mope around about how it's gonna be hard, it's not gonna get no easier from doing that. Focus on the fact that millions of people graduate every year. When I'm like unmotivated, I always like what nursing school has taught me anything is that you have to change your perspective. It's like that TikTok sound. What's that TikTok sound? Well, when you change your perspective, that's when miracles happen. No, seriously, you have to change your perspective. Like, I used to be kind of a negative person. I'm not gonna lie. I can admit that. I used to be kind of a negative person. And even now, I like complaining. Sometimes a complaint is necessary. But if you constantly sit down and complain all the time about something that's never going to change, you complaining is not going to make it no easier. I can tell you that much. I can tell you that for sure. I'm talking about for sure. I can tell you that much. So what's the point of sitting around complaining all day? What's that doing? So literally, don't complain. Change your perspective. Ever since I started looking at the brighter side of things, like, I'm gonna get through it. Like, the end is in sight, okay, baby? I'm halfway through. All I gotta end, and luckily in my school, the last semester is generally like kind of the easiest, at least work wise, because like we don't have no tests. Like at my school, our last semester is pretty much just capstone and like studying for your predictor. So really, this is my last semester being in the trenches. This is considered the hardest semester, so pray for me. But yeah, I'm cool. I already got through med surg. I got through nurse research. I got through psych. I got through. Okay, as critical care, on my soul. You think you're gonna be the thing standing between me and that degree? It's sadly mistaken. I'm gonna go into this semester, be an academic weapon, and I'm outie. Like you have to look. I'm done talking about nursing school for real. Let's move on to what I learned about life. What habit I learned about life? This year forced me. I've always been very mature for my age. Let me start by saying that. Just because the program I was in, I was taking high school classes in middle school. In my freshman year of high school, I was taking college classes. By my sophomore year of high school, I had already started taking my prerequisites for nursing school. Like, to put things into perspective, by my sophomore year of high school, I took A&P 1 and 2. Is you cool? Like, as a sophomore, that is so crazy. Because I look at, like, my little cousins and stuff that's sophomores now, and I'm like, girl, they're like babies. They're little, which I love that for them, because you know what? Enjoy your adulthood. Enjoy your childhood. Adulthood's coming. It's gonna come at you fast. For me, I didn't have that luxury, baby. I wasn't finna play with my GPA. And guess what? I took all my prerequisites for nursing school, and I graduated 4.0. Who you talking about? With that associate's of science degree. I did not play. But this year has taught me growing up in other ways, or maturing in other ways. I would say in like prior to graduating and starting nursing school, I was mature in the sense that I knew how to keep my priorities straight. Okay, I knew how to get my work done. I knew the goal was in sight, baby. I did not mess around with that schoolwork. I studied. Okay, I made sure I was on my stuff. Okay, because I had a goal, like I said, and for me, nursing as a career was going to be my key to my dream life. Unfortunately, my mom did not marry rich. So, I have to really get out here and make it for myself. And I said, I'm not going to be broke for 4 years after I graduate high school, in college, and accumulate a bunch of debt. I said, I'm going to work my butt off now, and I'm going to graduate when I'm 19. And that's what I did. Bachelor's degree. And now I'm going to enjoy having fun, being young, all that once I graduate. And guess what? I won't be broke by doing it. Clock that T. Okay? I won't be broke by doing it. I won't. But the biggest thing I learned, and I've been learning this lesson for a long time, and what I will say is discipline is everything, okay? If you don't have discipline, you are going to have a very hard time getting to where you want to be in life. And nursing school has really taught me that. It's very much so taught me that, because I know I have goals. I know I have things to do. I know how to do them, but you just got to do it. Like me, before nursing school, I was a very bad procrastinator. I would procrastinate my hiney off, okay? And then also, like, I mean this in the most humble way possible. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, like, I promise I'm not saying it in a not humble way. I was naturally smart. I'm not being funny. Like, I'm not being funny at all. I was just one of those people that school is what I was good at. I never played. Well, I did. I danced like for a little bit, but I stopped dancing by the time I started my nursing program, my high school nursing program. I had stopped dancing. I was never good at any sports. Well, I didn't even try any, so I don't know. All I did was dance, and I loved dancing. I was very good at that. So let me not just make myself seem untalented, but like I wasn't with all that running outside. I wasn't with all that extra stuff. Like, my thing was school. That was my thing. I was just a smart girly. Like, I was smart. Like, that was my thing. That was my thing. How most like student athletes think about how, like, oh, like, yeah, I'm gonna get me and my mama out the mud. Like, I'm gonna go to the draft. All that. That was not me. There was never no draft for me. I had nothing but this right here. This is what I had to get me out. And it's gonna be what got me out. And I'm glad I always looked at things that way. Just because I feel like your brain is the one thing people can never take from you. Your education, your career, your degrees. That is the one thing that nobody can ever take from you. No matter what, once I get this degree, I'm always gonna be degreed up, okay? Nobody can ever take that from me. Nobody can ever say I'm uneducated. Nobody can ever say I'm unqualified. And I love that for me. But what I have learned is that discipline. Discipline. Once I got to nursing school, I learned that this was only gonna take me so far from that point. Just because throughout my whole, I told y'all, I got an associate's degree. And I did all my prerequisites through the associate's degree. And in addition to that, in my nursing program, pharmacology and pathophysiology were prereqs. They're not in the program. So when I tell y'all that, just understand, I was really doing some stuff. I promise y'all, I was not studying throughout my time getting my associate's degree. I was not studying. If I did study occasionally the night before, like, and when I say occasionally, I do mean occasionally, I was not really studying. I would, like, read my notes the night before, and I would be fine. When I got to nursing school, I promise you, I didn't have no discipline. Like, when it came to studying, I thought that procrastinating stuff was gonna fly. If I didn't lock in, it was gonna fly me right out that program on my soul. And that was not a possibility. For me, failing was never, ever, and I do mean ever, that was never a possibility. That was never an option. And so I got disciplined. I had no choice. I got disciplined, and I do feel like discipline is one of the most valuable learned skill you can have. Discipline is not a character trait. It's a learned skill. You have to show up for yourself every day. Nobody wants to do the stuff, but you have to do it. When I learned that, when I really started understanding that, I started grasping that, the importance of discipline, when I tell you my whole life changed. And I'm still not where I want to be, honestly, because I still will procrastinate. I still will. And that's so sad that I'll still do that, but I will. It's the truth. I'll still procrastinate, and I won't care. But I'm getting better and better by the day. Amen. God is good all the time. I'm getting better and better by the day. I'm getting more disciplined. I'm getting, I'm just really becoming the person I want to become, and I love that for me. Like, I really want to challenge myself to do 75 hard. Well, I'm going to do it. It's not, like, I'm saying it like it's up in the air. I'm going to do it sometime this year. I really want to do it starting on the 1st, because that's perfect timing, literally. If I start on the 1st, I'll end on March 17th, which is 3 days before my 19th birthday. And so I'm like, that would be so perfect if I could do that, because then like it would be perfect. Like body will be peak my birthday. And then also having that level of discipline at the beginning of the semester will set me up so good for the rest of the semester. Because if there's one thing I've learned about I'm trying to see how I can put this. If there's one thing I've learned about nursing or nursing school, it's that how you start that semester will either come back to, you'll be thanking yourself, or it's gonna bite you in the rear end. Okay, it's gonna bite you in the rear end. And I'm not trying to get, I already done got bit in the rear end my first semester. I'm not trying to do that again. So like this semester, I feel like Denzel, we will be perfect in every sense of the word. You drop a pass, you run a mile.
We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. You drop a pass, you run a mile. You miss a blocking assignment, you run a mile. You fumble the football, and I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts. And then you will run a mile. Perfection. Let's go to work.
Like, I'm not playing. We will be perfect in every sense of the word. You drop a pass, you run a mile. And then the thing I'm about to tell you after this is honestly like the complete opposite from my last thing I learned about life, which is discipline is key. My next thing I'm about to tell you is enjoy life, okay? You can still be disciplined. You can still work hard in nursing school and enjoy life. That's why I really like, if you're about to start nursing school, I encourage you to watch my nursing school diaries. Just because people make it seem like once you start nursing school, you can't have a life no more. You're not going to be doing nothing. You're not going to see your friends. You're not going to see your family, which that may be true for some people. But if you lock in, you create a schedule, you be disciplined with yourself, you can carve out one night a week, one day a week to do what you want to do. Like, I'm not saying if you were one of those people that went out every night. Now, I don't know about all that. But you will be able to go out when it's time. You'll be able to show up for your friends, birthday dinners, all that. You will be able to do all of that quite effortlessly too. Okay? And I do want y'all to enjoy yourself, really, even if you're not in nursing school, even if you're just a regular person, because you will never be this young, this hot, this sexy, this free again. You won't, because, like, you just won't. And then also, like, on top of never being this fun, hot, and sexy again, tomorrow is truly not promised. I hate even saying stuff like that because it sounds just so pessimistic. Like, it sounds so depressing. But y'all, it's actually true. Like, tomorrow's not promised. It's not. That's why I'm gonna live every day, every year that God blesses me to see on this earth. I'm gonna live it to the fullest. I promise you. I'm gonna live it to the fullest. And I'm gonna have no apologies about that, okay? When I talk about stuff like this, I get emotional, and I can't afford to get emotional while I'm doing this makeup. I got somewhere to be. So we're gonna keep this straight, but long story short is, tomorrow's not promised. We see so many young people pass away just from unexpected things, so young, to where they literally had their whole lives ahead of them. And, you know, God forbid, but when the Lord calls you home, you want to be able to say you lived a good life, you enjoyed yourself, you spent time with your friends, your family. Like, you want to be able to say you lived. And I'm going to be able to say that, okay? I promise you. Like, it's easy to say you'll have fun after you graduate or after whatever, but like I just said, tomorrow is not promised. So forget that. I'm going to have fun today. I'm going to have fun today. I'm going to have fun tomorrow. But you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to get that work done. I'm going to study. I'm going to turn all my assignments in. And then I'm going to have fun that night. And then guess what? I'm going to be up that next morning. And I'm going to go to school. Like, you can make time. You definitely can. And I think you should. Like, another thing I wanted to say, just especially, like, if there's any young people watching this video, if there's any pre-nursing students, any older people, too, that are on second careers or just trying to get your life together, I just want to say that we tend to be hard on ourselves and not celebrate the little things. Like, we tend to focus so much and really harp on and give so much attention to failures or when things, don't go the way we planned. But we don't have that same energy when it comes to accomplishments. When it comes to small accomplishments, especially. Every day that you wake up and you do even something small to get one step closer to the life you want to have, to the goal that you have in mind, you are accomplishing something big. Because you know how many people woke up and they use this day to stay completely stagnant? Like, we really should be celebrating the little things. And that's what I've learned about myself. Like, for example, I just hit 5K. Like, I'm going to celebrate that because I've worked really hard to hit 5K on YouTube. And I've been very consistent this year. And it's nice to see your hard work pay off. I mean, would it be amazing if it was 10K, 20K, 30K, 50K? Yes. But you have to celebrate the small things. And I also feel like that also just helps you be grateful for the small things that God blesses us with. Because, like, I'm guilty of this too, but I'm very guilty of focusing on when things go wrong. Like, when things go wrong, I wanna dang God, like, like, I'm trying to, like, see what's going on. But then it's like, literally that same month, he's blessed you with 1,000 other things. And you didn't say nothing. You ain't send up a thank you. You ain't send up a postcard. Thank you. You ain't send no flowers. Like, dang. I don't know. Like, and don't get me wrong. I used to hate hearing stuff like this when I was being negative. Because I used to be a very negative person. I'm not even joking. I used to be a negative person. Like, my mom used to tell me that all the time. She's like, you're so negative, Denasia. And I used to get so mad because I used to be like, girl, you don't know. I'm not negative. Like, I used to be like, nah, I'm real. Yeah, real negative, Denasia. You were real negative. And I was. And I honestly don't even know where I got that from or why I was the way I am. Like, but when you notice something about yourself, you literally have the power to change it. All you have to do is say, I'm going to change it. And don't get me wrong, like, something like that, like, we're used to being a negative person, how I was. Something like that is not going to change in a day or even 2 or a week. But if you actively, like, go out of your way to say, hey, I'm going to try to not be as negative, because, like, who wants to be around a negative Nelly? Then you can do that. I don't know. This year was just so transformative for me. And I'm really blessed that I had this year, because for the longest time, I felt like I had all these big plans in the new year. And I would make these vision boards. And I would do all this other stuff. And then I would still be in the same place that I left off once the year was over. Which sucks, because, like, dang, Denasia, what you been doing all year, But here it goes. Yeah, I've been looking for this eyeliner. I mean, this eye pencil forever. I'm like, dang, do I have it? Did I throw it away or something? And I just wanted to talk about a few things about myself. I don't really like putting stuff about myself, like vulnerable stuff, online. But I'm gonna do it this one time. And if you know me, please click off this video because I don't want to talk about this with you. If I wanted to talk about this with you, I would have told you. I'm gonna talk about this with my YouTube base. But if you're watching this, that means you are my YouTube base because you're watching it and you're supporting. So I guess you stay. Love you. Let's talk about it. What did I learn about myself this year? I don't know why talking about this type of stuff makes me want to freaking cry. I don't know why. This year, I spent a lot of time with the people I love. My grandma, my mom, my boyfriend. I just spent time with everyone. And the one thing I will say that this year has taught me is that you do need people. You do. Being an only child, I'm used to being by myself. And that kind of led me to have this like sense of like I don't need anyone, like I can do everything on my own and all this other BS, which like honestly, those things may be true, Denasia. You may not need anyone, okay? You may not need people. You may not need this, may not need that. But at the same time, it's nice to have people. And, like, for example, for me, I'm really close to my immediate family on my mom's side, but then there's no one else. Like, there's literally no one else. And noticing that kind of made me a little sad, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, because it's just like I was thinking about it. Like when I get older, like when I have these big life events like getting married or like, you know, baby showers and all that, I was thinking like who's gonna be there? I'm gonna have it's gonna be 3 people on my side in my wedding. My mom, my grandma, my Uncle Cardo. Like, that's so depressing. That's actually really, really freaking depressing. And it's very sad. And so, like, this year I made more of a habit to kind of like, well, not the whole year, but like the end of the year. I've been trying to make it a habit to like nurture those relationships that I do have with people, like my friends and like family that I don't necessarily see all the time, like still calling, still texting, still, you know, just nurturing those relationships because I do actually need people. I think it made me feel better to be like just pretend I don't need people, because it's like that way when I would fall out with people, when people would leave, or when things would happen to where you know that stuff happens in relationships, like with people, not romantic ones, but like, you know, like friendships, whatever, family relationships, all that. Like when things would happen or when I would fall out with these people, I would literally just go about my life. Like, I don't care, because I would subconsciously, I would just never like let people get that close to me. I always kept everyone at arm's length. But it's like, that's not a way to live, you know? Like, that's not a way to live. Like, it's just not. It's not a way to live. It's not how humans were meant to live either. Like, we were meant to be close with each other and have relationships and have connections. Like, and so I think learning that, you know, has really helped me a lot, because it was just like, I'm trying not to get emotional, because like I don't know, like I would, for a long time I've always felt like the only place that I really like actually fit in, or I was able to show like my true self, or like the only people that really understood me were my mom's side of the family, like the immediate family, so like my mom, my grandma, really. And really my mom, like, that's my best friend. Like, I love her down. Like, That's my person. But like, you need other people too, okay? And like, making or fostering a community, that's a good thing. It's a good thing to know that if something were to happen, or if I needed people, I would have people to call other than my mom. So with that being said, one of my goals for this year is to like not just make friends, but actually make real friends. Like, I want to make friends, and I want to go out with them, like, and I want to like talk to them, and like actually make sure I'm maintaining the relationships. Like, if I ain't talked to my friend in a while, I'm gonna call her and be like, girl, where are you at? What's wrong with you? What you doing? Because I'm just not that person. Like, because I don't know. I'm just not. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I'm just not that person. But I want to be that person, okay? Like I told y'all earlier, you literally you can do what you want to do, okay? If you decide you want to do something, do it. Who's gonna stop you? Like, actually, who's gonna stop you? Who's gonna stop you? Who's gonna say something? So yeah. With that being said, I'm officially taking friendship applications. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, actually, even if you're not, you're in Houston, actually anywhere that's a cheap flight, Atlanta, and you want to be friends, hit me up, okay? Because I need some. Like, I want like a couple friends. Like, I just want a couple friends that like I can talk to. Like, we don't even have to talk every day or like nothing like that. I just wanna have some friends. Like, I just feel like I don't have that many friends, and that's so sucky. It's so sucky, but like, it's kind of my fault. Cause like, I'm also like, I don't know. I'm just used to being by myself at this point, so I think like, honestly, it just doesn't affect me, but like, it should. Like, I think it should. Like, I think not having friends should probably be something that bothers you a little bit, Tanisha. But it honestly doesn't. And I don't like that. And not to say I don't have friends. Like, I do, but like, I don't know if y'all get what I mean. Like, I'm not just like a complete loner. Like, I have friends, but like, for example, like a lot of my friends went away to school. Y'all know I stayed home for school, so like a lot of my friends are gone for majority of the year, which I did see some of them for break, which was nice. But then it's like, girl, what am I gonna do when for majority of the year you just gonna only have like friends during breaks? That's sucky. That's not fun. It's not cutesy. It's not demure. I actually got that from one of my friends. That's how she says it. She be like, demure. And I think it's so funny. So I've been saying it like that. But yeah. I'm glad I didn't get all emotional, because I do be getting, I don't know. I be in my feels sometimes. And I'm on my cycle, so like I'm extra in my feels. Like, I'm extra in my feels because I'm on my cycle. I'm not normally like no crybaby. Like, I'm very Zombie. I'm very much so a real nig, but I do be in my feelings sometimes. Not a lot, just sometimes. I'm finna try to use this this lip liner as an eyeliner, because I want a brown one, and we're gonna see how it works. So I'll be back. So yeah, I'm glad we got that off our chest. I love talking to y'all. Wasn't this so cute? Look at us bonding and stuff. But yeah, what else do I want to talk about? Okay, now that we reflected on 2024, let's chat about 2025. Let's talk about it. So yeah, I just said let's talk about it. Then I proceed to apply lip liner for the next 4 minutes. In 2025, there's so much to be excited about. For one, I'm gonna graduate. I'm gonna be a freaking nurse, which is so crazy. Because, like, I feel old. Well, like, in reality, I'm only 19. Well, I'm not even 19 yet. I'm 18, but my birthday's in March. So by the time I grow... I just spilled this on my dress. No, it came right up. Okay, at least it came up. So by the time I graduate in August, I'm going to be 19. Which also relates to, like, I've always had this need to overachieve. Like, just because I have been overachieving, like, for a long time. And at the beginning, it was not even purposeful. Like, at the beginning, it was not even purposeful. It wasn't like, oh, like, I want to be better than everybody. Oh, that sounded bad. I don't mean it in that way, but, like, y'all get what I'm saying. And it was not like that at all, y'all. That was never the vibe. The vibe was always... let me tell you what the vibe was. The vibe was always... I was just doing good. And then eventually, like, it all just became a part of my personality. Like, you know, like, the overachieving, it became what I'm good at. And it's like, now I don't know what to do. Because I feel like it's a part of my personality. Like, I don't know. Once you graduate with the bachelor's degree at 19, what do? I'm, like, heavily considering, which is so crazy. I'm considering, like, as soon as I graduate in August, like, I'm considering, not even joking, enrolling in a master's degree program, an online one. I'm genuinely considering it. Just to say I'm doing it. Like, I don't even know what I would get the master's degree in, but, like, school comes pretty easy to me, especially if I don't, because it's not going to be in nursing. Let's start there. I don't even think I could enroll in a degree in nursing, a master's degree in nursing, without experience. I'm sure there's probably a school that would let me, but no, it's not going to be in nursing. It's going to be it will be in something completely unrelated, like something science. Like, for example, at NCAT, they have their biomedical engineering program, their master's. You don't have to have you don't have to have a undergraduate degree in biomedical engineering. You just have to have a bachelor's of science. And then as long as you do good in the program, like, because it's called, like, a conditional acceptance. So I've been thinking about doing that, but then I'm just like, why? Like, and this did not come out of nowhere, because the way I'm saying it makes it sound like I, like, don't even know what they do, and I'm just, like, doing something. No. I did think I wanted to be a biomedical engineer for a long time. I did. The reason why I went not that way, just because from the research I was doing, the job market looked a little scary. And one thing I will never do, and I mean never, is be one of those people that has degrees and don't have a job. You won't catch me. Which is partially why I got a degree in nursing. Because, you know, compared to other degrees, nursing, the job market is pretty tea. Not gonna lie, it's pretty tea. Oh, I want this piece of glitter off of me. It's not matching the aesthetic. Okay, let me go put my mascara on and then see what my mom's doing. And then I'm gonna come back for the final look after that. And then I'll give, you know, my motivational speech, because I want to be a motivational speaker so bad. We're already late and we really need to go. So I'm hoping these turn out a maze. If not, I will have beef about it. But yeah. So that's really what I've just been, you know, thinking about as far as the new year. I really honestly don't know what's next for me when it comes to after I graduate. Like, But I think that's okay, baby, because honestly, I'm not on no time crunch. Like, no one should be on a time crunch, but if I was older, like, I probably would be, I probably would want to have a little bit more figured out. But the fact that I'm so young, I'm already ahead of the game having a bachelor's degree. So I'm going to give myself grace and I'm going to give myself time to figure out what I want to do. I do think I will probably enroll in a post-bac program at the minimum if I decide not to do the master's degree. And that's just because there are some classes for graduate school that I do want to take. I have all the required classes, I think. But, just to look better on applications, I think it just make me look better to have certain additional classes. So I think I'm going to enroll in a post-bac just so I can take those as well. Like some chemistry courses and stuff like that, like organic chemistry. And I may even at my school, if you enroll in a post-bac, I think we're able to take advanced pharmacology. So I think that would look very good on my record. But pharmacology was kind of hard, so something about re-enrolling in that class willingly when I don't have to seems scary. So I'll probably just take like some chemistry courses and stuff like that, and call it a day. I know for sure I'm gonna enroll in OChem, which people say is absolutely atrocious. So hopefully it's not that bad for me. If it is, once I'm enrolled, I have no choice but to lock in and get her done. So, additional goals I have for this year. Getting closer with God is one of them. Unfortunately, it was to go to church more as well, but unfortunately that most likely won't be happening for me. Well, at least not until May. Because my assigned clinical day for critical care ended up being Sunday. So on Sundays at 4:30 a.m., I will be at the hospital. On the bright side, because my assigned clinical day is where my comb at? On the bright side, because my assigned clinical day is a Sunday, this next semester I'm gonna have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday off. Not really Fridays, because on certain Fridays, well, actually a lot of Fridays, I'm gonna have my critical care and OB exams. But, not critical care and OB. I'm going to have my peds and OB exams. But honestly, the good thing about an exam is that it's in the morning. And once you're done with it, you're done. So, I'm counting Friday as a day off. It honestly will probably be Thursday that ends up not being a day off. Because, obviously, if I have an exam the next day, I'll most likely be somewhere studying. Little mini gold Kurt Geiger bag. But yeah, this look is so tea. Look at that. I'm about to take some pictures though. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you love it. And with that being said, bye.
I don't even say bye no more. I be like, mwah, no bras.